Shalom, it's your professional organizer Mariah, and we're back with another video on some organizational tips to bring some more shalom into your home. Today we are going to be talking about I can't remember everything. On the last episode we talked about why can't you guys just know? Today we're talking about I can't remember everything. Now, when we say this phrase, or we have said this phrase, or we heard someone say this phrase, it's really an underlying conflict going on. They took on a responsibility that they didn't plan accordingly or well enough to actually fulfill what they were trying to do. Therefore, they are playing the victim. I can't remember everything, and it's your fault. They're placing the blame on everyone else except, not taking responsibility for their own actions. They're not being accountable. They're not taking into account that they didn't plan well enough to actually follow through with whatever they wanted to remember. So today, hopefully I can give you all some ideas, some suggestions that can help you not remember. You don't have to remember everything. I want you all to know that. We're wired as humans to have a short-term and long-term memory. There's research about it. So there's some things that we can remember that happened maybe to us 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. But there's some things that go to short-term memory, and they're just there for a heartbeat, right? And then the next thing you know, we can't even remember what we ate yesterday. So the first thing that I have for you as an organizational tip is to make a checklist. If you are planning an event, or you're planning on going on a trip or traveling or whatever there is, make a checklist, make a to-do list, make a list, right? We always laugh at the older people when you're younger and they're like, they're making a list. Oh, I'm never gonna have to do that. I'm as sharp as a nail. No, that literally is not the case. I don't care how much sunflower lecithin you take, you are going to have to figure out how you're going to remember things. And when you have a lot of things going on, you have children, you have a family, you got a business, you got all these things going on, there's going to be some things that go right to your short memory, and you're just not even going to remember because you have a lot going on. Therefore, making a checklist, making a to-do list will help your brain put everything that you need to remember down, whether that's on paper, whether that's in your phone, whether that's on your calendar, on your command center. Getting those thoughts down, getting the things you need to do down, getting the items you need to purchase down on paper or on your phone or your notepad or your tablet, on your computer, whatever you choose to use as a tool to help make that list, do it. Because it will save you time, it will save you frustration, it will help you take accountability for the event that you're planning, because you are the one who decided you wanted to have this event. So write it down, type it down, whatever you choose to do. Just have a checklist, have a list that will help you remember the things that you need. The second thing is delegate. Because we have so much going on in our lives, we have a team. Some of us have a team of people that we can say, you know what? My daughter, she's really good at decorating, and she knows exactly what we need for this party. I'm going to give her the task, the responsibility to come up with a list, come up with the things that we need for this. And she'll be the one to coordinate and get everything together. You do not have to do this alone. You can definitely use your teammates, your neighbors, as we like to say in the scriptures, your neighbors, to help you fulfill these tasks, fulfill these things that you need to remember. And that's perfectly fine. If you trust these people with these tasks to do, then they'll do it well, especially if you have a day that they need to do it by, a time, and ultimately a purpose. Why are you doing these things? Why do they even care to help you? Really fill them in on the purpose and why you're doing what you're doing. And delegation will be very easy, because if you're working with someone else and you know that they might be passionate with on the same matter or the subject as you, whatever the case is, they'll be more likely and willing to help you and feel honored to help, depending on, you know, whatever you're doing. So make sure that you're delegating, you're involving your family, you're involving your friends, so that you don't have to carry such a burden or a load of remembering a lot of these things. My third tip is to use your technology. If you have your Apple Watch, if you have a smartphone or a tablet or a computer, any type of smart technology that's out there today, Alexa, a Google thing, I don't know if that's the same thing, but if you have one of those advanced smart technology devices or features or app on your phone or computer, use those things. Use them to remind you. Use them to schedule your appointments. Use them to add events to your calendar. They will do that. I've seen people say, Siri, Siri, can you put in my calendar, have lunch with Jessica on Tuesday? And then they'll say, well, you got to program it on your phone, but they'll say, yes, scheduling a dinner date or a lunch date with Jessica on Tuesday at 12 o'clock. And then literally, it will remind you that you have this dinner date or you have this lunch date with Jessica on that day at that time. It can remind you a day before, 10 minutes, 5 minutes. You're going to have to select that choice, but you can really utilize your technology to help you remember these things, to where you can take some stuff off of your mind, you can take some stuff off of your plate and have time for doing other things that might take precedence over some other stuff. So make sure you're really utilizing your technology. And hey, if you can't work with your technology and you don't really know how to use your phone, now's a good time to learn. Now's a good time to go on YouTube. Now's a good time to even go and outsource other companies or businesses, people who will do administrative tasks. If you want to go that route, that's more of like a business thing. But you know, I know some people, Raina's Reception, she's starting up her business, you know, she's already a project manager, but she is also trying to branch off and, you know, do her own thing and really trying to get into this industry of helping people remember, maintain, and just really be more aware of what's going on in their lives by helping with scheduling and admin situations. So if you are on that boat and you do need a administrator or you do need an assistant, someone to help you with scheduling or putting things down in your calendar, please go to Raina's Reception and check her out, right? So with that being said, I hope I have at least enlightened you on some tips that you can use to help organize your life a little bit better and not have to put the blame on anyone else for your negligence. Use the resources that you have, and if you have to outsource other resources or professionals, do so. They're there for that reason. But I want you to remember this one thing. If you're not living in shalom, you're not living. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.